soul.
I became a truck driver for the second time in the middle of my acting career. And one of the stories that I remember very clearly is right at the end of the 3 years period that I drove. And I remember coming into El Paso, Texas. It was early morning, and the sun was popping off the rocks, and I was listening to my CB. And I remember this song because it's the first time I ever heard it. And it was a song that went, I'll be back in the high life again. And I remember tears coming in my eyes, and I remember questioning myself about, what am I doing? You know, I'm an actor. And luckily, I got back on the stage, and I got back in the films. And that's the story that stands out in my mind because it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me. Trucking meant a lot to me also because I think it saved my life in a lot of ways. When I came back to the stage, and I would be backstage or I would be with my friends at the bar, I would always remember stories from the 3 years that I was driving the big rigs across country because that is such a wonderful and another life. It is another life. It's a whole other atmosphere. And I would relate the stories, and Randall Myler, who was the director and writer of this particular piece, Danny Wheatman, who was the musical director, they would hear me tell stories, and they were collaborating on doing something about driving and truck drivers. So Randall sat down with me with his tape recorder, and we recorded maybe 4 or 5 hours of stuff. And when I tell my stories in the show, they're my stories. They really are my stories.
Yes, I'll die with this fever in my soul.